Good morning. I hate to interrupt all your conversations, but I'm getting the cue from the sound team that it's time for us to start. So welcome to Unity of Palmyra, where centered in love, we embrace a positive path for spiritual living. We are an open and affirming community. We love you exactly as you are in all of your magnificent glory, and we're so happy that you've joined us today. And yes, it just was the batteries dead in the thermostat last week, so enjoy the wonderful coolness this morning. Whew! Yes, crisis averted. 3 AAA batteries was all we needed, so yay. So if you are joining us for the first time today, welcome. We're so happy that you're here, and please do join us downstairs for fellowship. I think it's dip. Take a dip is the theme for fellowship today, so we're going to be lots of dipping today. And it is also our monthly hug meeting. I'll talk more about that in a few minutes, so do plan on staying afterwards. So let's take a nice big deep breath. Oh, well done. You are so good at breathing. We just take a few moments at the beginning of our service to become fully present, to let go of what was and what will be, to let go of the busyness and the to-do list and everything swirling around us in the world right now, and just to let that all go as we give ourselves the gift of being fully present right here, right now. And so we breathe into this space. We breathe into our connection. We breathe into a deep knowing that all is well. And as always, we enter into this time with gratitude as we say thank you for this time to come apart for a while, to remember the truth of who we are. That we are spiritual beings, exquisite spiritual beings, having a very interesting human experience. We also say thank you for whatever hopefully cool space you are in this morning, whether you're in the sanctuary with us today or you're joining us through the ethers online. We are so happy that you're here. And finally, we say thank you for one another, for this beloved community so dedicated to making a difference in the world and to being that change that we wish to see. And so it is. Amen. So please stand. Together, may the light we now kindle inspire us to use our powers to heal and not to hurt, to help and not to hinder, to bless and not to curse, to serve you, Divine Spirit. And so this morning we are honoring 3 heroes of the civil rights movement. So we Googled anthems and songs of the civil rights movement, and that will be our music for today. And we begin with We Shall Overcome. And I also want to acknowledge the slides that Kathy has been finding for this series are just so wonderful. They really support the theme of what we've been doing. So yay, Kathy, great job. All right.
Yay. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe shall overcome someday. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I will believe we shall overcome someday. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid today. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday.
Oh, that was beautiful. Let's share together in our vision. Centered in love, we embrace a positive path for spiritual living. And our mission, wherever we are, we provide a welcoming community that inspires and encourages all who gather here through the teaching, sharing, and practice of universal spiritual principles. And one of the ways we practice is to honor wherever you are on your hugging journey. So if you want to hug, we're experts. We will bring it on in. If you're more comfortable with the handshake, we will honor that. And if you want us to leave you completely alone, we totally understand. And we will respect whatever bubble you create about yourself. Have a great time. We're only doing it 4 times today, you guys, okay? 4 times. 4 times, that's it.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting a message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Okay, one more time. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
You all are so good. You were even in your seats before we were done. Give yourself an applause on that one, right? All right. Well, good morning. We're just doing a little punting here. I'm going to just quick do some announcements while Reverend Stephanie works her way back up here. Here she comes. You know, sometimes she gets lost during this time.
Did we do more than 4?
Yeah.
Oh, we
Yeah.
did. We did try.
All right,
Thank
I'll
you,
let
honey.
do that.
Thank you. You'll be back up, though.
Bars.
Yeah, we were just taking care of Miss Joan for a second, so all is well. All is well. Okay, so our prayer chaplains are doing double duty today because they're both praying and calling 911, and everything's fine. So they will be holding space for us during the service. They'll also be available over here after the service for prayer, and then Lisa will be leading our joys and concerns this morning when she comes back into the sanctuary. Oh, Lisa, who usually sits over there, will be leading joys and concerns this morning. Can I take my shoes off too? Because you look really comfortable. Okay. The two big announcements are we have a hug meeting today, and we have Unity 101 immediately following the hug meeting. Please do come to the hug meeting today. If you're at all possible, we have a lot of updates and some pretty important announcements to make today. So we'd really like it if everybody could be there. And as we said earlier, it is going to be a very dippy fellowship. So I'm going to call Gwen, who's also not sitting where she usually sits, and up to make a Source of Light announcement. But I also, stand up please. Can I have a drum roll, please? Thank you. Gwen is now officially the licensed Unity teacher representative for the Eastern Region Board. So just, one more thing to be proud of. So, all right.
It's a tough crowd trying to get that position. Let me tell you.
Oh, yeah,
I
they're
was
really,
interviewed by a tough crowd to get there. Make sure she knows that, Mark.
yeah.
All right, yes. All right, so right now, the only thing is on my mind right now is Source of Light. It's in 9 days. We are going on, and it's full steam ahead. If you are a vendor at the Source of Light doing a booth, would you please stand? Who is vending? I think you're here. Are you doing, well, she's a team. Okay, Helene's the only one that's here today. Okay, thank you. All right, she's got spaces yet as well. I'm a vendor this year, so we all have spaces still available. I've looked at the website. So if you're not familiar with Source of Light, you should be, and it's on our main page. So go to unityofpalmyra.org, scroll down, you'll see a link for Source of Light. Click that, and you'll find all of the different vendors who are taking appointments ahead of time. We have psychics, mediums, body workers, energy workers. All of those people are taking appointments. We have a few that are not taking appointments. They're just going to be walk up, walk in, whatever you want to call them. So you've got a lot of things to do August 1st and 2nd for the Source of Light. On Friday the 1st, a Source of Light starts at 3 o'clock. It's 3 to 6. And what's going to happen that day is the booths are open. And then at 5 o'clock, we have the all-you-can-eat pasta dinner that Helene is making, which is always good. And there's all kinds of adult beverages, things like that, that are also there. That's $20. And then stay for the gallery. I have tickets in my hand. You may get the gallery reading. That's with Lori Rank. She's from 6:30 to 7:30 for the gallery. And she's very experienced at this. It's just she's new to us, and she has been here as a vendor before. So I'm sure you're going to really enjoy the large gallery reading with Lori. And then following that, there will be a break, and then at 7 o'clock on Friday night, I'm doing a sound session from 7 to 8. So you can get these tickets for just $40 for a combo. If you're like, hey, I only want to do one, we have those as well if you just want to come to the gallery. So see me later for tickets. Now, my biggest thing is, because she told me I could talk as long as I want.
I know, but okay.
That's pretty much what she said.
It's okay. All is
She
well.
said, do it during service so you don't have to do it during hug meeting. I went, cool. All right. You know, I have the mic. So the biggest thing is, if you're not friends on our Facebook page, please do that. Friend us at Source of Light Event. That's our Facebook page. It is separate from our Unity page. And there you're going to find me posting things all the time about the vendors. If you are already a friend, please make sure you keep sharing and sharing and sharing so that the messages get out. Even if you're not planning or you can't come to the Source of Light, please be our friend. We would love it if you would join Facebook and do the Source of Light event. Appreciate that. I do want to thank all those people who are bringing things on Friday to the bake sale for Tammy. Hey. So bring bake sale items for us. Again, this is part of our income. People love food, and they will eat it. But we have to have it there so they can. And there are other people who are bringing food donations for Holly. We have a lot of food on Saturday. It's part of this big income for us, so we do appreciate that. And when you are on the Source of Light site through the unityofpalmyra.org, that's where you sign up for any of the appointments that you want. You can also order your tickets there as well. And you can, pretty much plan out your day as to what people you want to see. But just leave enough time to visit all of our other vendors, because we do have a number of vendors who are just bringing some really cool stuff. We have some artists. Joan's going to be there. Hopefully Rach. Okay, she's thinking about it. So she gave me that little wave. They're going to have their art here as well for sale. So lots of things to do. Bridget's going to talk about the volunteers that we need for it.
Hi, everyone. So Source of Light is Friday afternoon into the evening and then all day Saturday. And I just need volunteers to just show up and just volunteer for 1 hour each. I have a sign-up sheet downstairs, and all you have to do is you'll be at the door. We have a handout sheet for anybody who comes in the door. It's very clear. They'll understand what's going on. And you just, you may have to say a few things like, oh, we have food downstairs, or we have a raffle going on. And that's it. Just greet people at the door. The reason I did 1 hour slots is just so that people can come in, volunteer for an hour, and then get on and enjoy the whole event. So There's a sign-up sheet downstairs, and thank you very much.
Any questions before we give up the mic?
Sorry, I have to look at the website. When is it for sure?
August 1st, that's Friday, August 1st from 3 is the beginning of the booths, 3 to 6, and then the dinner's at 5, and then we have the gallery starting at 6:30, and then Saturday it's 9 to 4.
Thank you. So I think it's, to follow up on Bridget's, basically what the volunteers are being asked to do is to demonstrate our value of being welcoming, right? So what a great opportunity, there's that word again, to show up and just be welcoming, welcome people to our community. Where's Bridget? How's that, Bridget? Did that work? Okay, great. You guys aren't sitting where you usually sit today, so I'm like, where are you? All right, so Ms. Noel, would you like to read the daily word?
Very appropriate word for today is surrender. Spiritual surrender is my path to peace. It's natural to have ideas and preferences about how things should be and to work toward the results I want. I can exhaust myself if I attempt to exert control over my life's circumstances. In fact, the more I try, the less control I feel I have. Releasing the illusion of control, I practice spiritual surrender. So much more than giving up. Surrendering my efforts and my hopes to the divine within me is an act of empowerment. It means living my faith that God is in and through all things. It means trusting that there are outcomes better than the ones I've imagined. I surrender to God's peace and perfection within me. I give up trying to control outcomes and relax, welcoming serendipity and ease. Surrender is the way. My child, give me your heart and let your eyes observe my ways. Proverbs 23:26. I am home, my family is here. I feel loved by the ones I hold so dear. And when my family needs me, I promise to be there. And when I need my family, I'm lifted up in prayer.
So now's the time when we join our hearts together to pray for each other, to pray for our community, and for the world. So I invite you to close your eyes and feel your feet firmly on the floor and feel your energy reach down deep into the earth. As we stand side by side, shoulder to shoulder, we surround each other with love. We breathe love from the source of love into our hearts, and we surround Joan with love as she makes her way towards healing. We breathe in from the source of all love, and we surround ourselves with love, with gentle tenderness that holds whatever it is that concerns us or worries us or gives us pain. We feel ourselves surrounded and held in that love. We breathe in love from the source of all love, and we surround our community with love, the community of this church, this family. We surround anyone in this community that has a concern, that is anxious, that is in pain, that is worried, that is afraid, with our love. and with the love that is all love. For we know that love is tender, love is merciful, love is kind. But love also has a strength and a power. Love has the strength and power to break down walls, to permeate fear, to change hate into love. So we surround our community, our city, our state, our country, and our world with this powerful love. We surround those who do not like us with this powerful love. We surround those that we do not like with this powerful love, because it is only with love that we can bring justice and peace and healing to ourselves and to our world. So we breathe this beautiful, tender, warm, and powerful love in. And as we exhale, we surround all that is with love. And so it is. Amen.
The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. You are beautiful. You are whole. You are beautiful. You are whole. I have no idea. I need to check something real quick. Something happened.
Good morning.
Oh. So.
People get ready. There's a train a-comin'. You don't need no baggage. Just get on board. All you need is faith to hear the diesels humming. You don't need no ticket. You just thank the Lord. So people get ready. There's a train to Jordan, picking up passengers coast to coast. Faith is the key. Open the doors and board them. There's hope for all among those loved the most. There ain't no room for the hopeless sinner who would hurt all mankind just to save his own. Have pity on those whose chances grow thinner. There's no hiding place against the kingdom's throne. So people get ready. There's a train a-comin'. You don't need no baggage. You just get on board. All you need is faith to hear the diesels humming. You don't need no ticket. You just thank the Lord. you just thank the Lord.
Oh, that was awesome. So, as I said earlier, our heroes for today are heroes of the civil rights movement. And the three I'm focusing on are Martin Luther King Jr., John Lewis, and Rosa Parks. And as I said last week, I totally didn't even get that Thursday was John Lewis's birthday. So I'd love to take credit for perfect scheduling, but it was divine order. So anyway, as I was working on this, I thought, I want to do today a little differently. I don't, except for a little bit with Rosa Parks, I don't want to get so much into their biography as into their legacy. And so, as divine order again would have it, I love it when I'm working on a talk and then Spirit just drops these quotes in my inbox. Does that happen to you, Gwen? Like you're working on a talk and all of a sudden you open your inbox and your thought for the day is practically perfect. So this is actually a quote by Eudora Welty, who some of you may be familiar with. She was a Pulitzer Prize winning author from the Deep South. And she was unusual for her day because although she was a white woman writing in the Deep South, her biographer said she had a very generous view of African Americans, which was also obvious in her photographs, and was a revolutionary position for a white writer in the Jim Crow South, because she was writing back in the during the time where we still had segregation. So anyway, this was her quote. She said, "My continuing passion is to part a curtain, that invisible shadow that falls between people, the veil of indifference to each other's presence, each other's wonder, and each other's plight. My continuing passion is to part that curtain." And I think that's what our heroes did. The three heroes that we're celebrating today, their passion also was to part that curtain. And we might call it in New Thought that the curtain that is the illusion of separation, right? The curtain that forgets that we are all one. So I'm just going to focus a little bit on their legacies, and then again we'll look at what can we learn from them. So from various websites, Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy centers around his pivotal role in the American Civil Rights Movement and his advocacy for nonviolent resistance to achieve equality and justice for African Americans. He's remembered for his powerful oratory. He's actually on my heroes list, you know, when we do the Standards of Integrity exercise, and he's where I got visionary and eloquent, right? Because he was so visionary and so eloquent, particularly his I Have a Dream speech, his leadership in landmark events like the Montgomery bus boycott. We're going to hear more about that when we talk about Rosa Parks, and his March on Washington. His efforts led to significant legislative changes, including the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965. And his legacy continues to inspire movements, not just in our country, but all around the world. So just some achievements. He won the Nobel Prize, as we all know. His activism and his work with President Johnson actually led to many of the civil rights laws and legislation that was pushed through during his time. He was obviously a leader in the civil rights movement. Not as well known, he was also a leader in the anti-war movement. Remember, this was during the Vietnam War, and he was vehemently anti-war. To the point where some of his followers became disenchanted with him. They thought he should just stay in his own lane, so to speak. And what he was trying to tell them was, peace is my lane. Justice and peace, that is my lane, right? So we do actually observe him on a special day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and he was a major proponent of the beloved community, which of course we have embraced as the overarching model for this community. So it's also interesting because, we tend to focus on I Have a Dream and all of his preaching and teaching on love and nonviolence, but he could kind of be in your face too. If you've ever read Letter from Birmingham Jail, he really launched into particularly white clergy who were not willing to take a stand, and really got very firm that we don't need just your words and your prayers, we need you to take action, and was very clear about that. He was assassinated in April of 1968, actually the day after he gave what's called his mountaintop speech. And a week after his death, the Fair Housing Act was enacted as the final piece of civil rights era legislation. So there's so many quotes that we could share, but one of my favorites is this: "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We know through painful experience that freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed, non-violently." So Martin Luther King Jr. All right, a little bit about Rosa Parks. Learned some interesting stuff about Rosa Parks. On December 1st, 1955, Rosa Parks boarded a bus in Montgomery, Alabama. Instead of going to the back of the bus, which was designated for African Americans, and by the way, the policy was if any white passengers needed to fill into the back, the black passengers had to get off the bus. Okay, just so you know. So instead of sitting back there, she sat in the front. When the bus started to fill up with white passengers, the bus driver asked Parks to move. She refused. She was arrested, by the way. Her resistance set in motion one of the largest social movements in history, the Montgomery bus boycott. And if you've done any study about the Montgomery bus boycott, it went on for quite some time, and the reason it was such a huge deal is that many, many of its riders were African American. And when they started boycotting it, profits just plummeted down, and it had a huge impact. So a little bit about her, because we don't know quite as much about her as we know about John Lewis and MLK. So she was named Rosa Louise Macaulay. She was born on February 4th, 1913 in Tuskegee, Alabama. That name should be familiar. As a child, she went to an industrial school for girls and later enrolled at Alabama State Teachers College for Negroes, which is the present-day Alabama State University. Growing up in the segregated South, Parks was frequently confronted with racial discrimination and violence, and she became active in the civil rights movement at a young age. That's an important part of her history to recognize. She didn't come to this like, I just got tired and my feet hurt, right? She was part of the civil rights movement from a very young age. She married a local barber by the name of Raymond Parks when she was 19. He was already actively involved in the movement fighting to end racial injustice. Together they worked within many of the social justice organizations, and she was eventually elected secretary of the Montgomery chapter of the NAACP. So she was very involved and a leader in this movement. So they said by the time Parks boarded the bus in 1955, she was an established organizer and a leader in the civil rights movement in Alabama. She not only showed active resistance by refusing to move, she also helped to organize and plan the Montgomery bus boycott. And I thought this was interesting. So this is your Rosa Parks quote for today. She said, "Many have tried to diminish Parks' role in the boycott by depicting her as a seamstress who simply did not want to move because she was tired. Parks denies that claim and years later revealed her true motivation. She said, 'People always say that I didn't give up my seat because I was tired, but that is not true. I was not tired physically, or no more tired than I usually was at the end of a working day. I was also not old.'" I think she was a little offended by that, right? Although some people have an image of me being old, I was only 42. I now think of 42 as so young, don't you? Yes. She said, no, the only tired I was tired of giving in. So Park's courageous act and the subsequent boycott led to the integration of public transportation in Montgomery. And as I said, she was jailed for that, and she also lost her job for participating in the boycott. So after the boycott, she and her husband moved to Virginia, and then they later permanently settled in Detroit. And she was invaluable. She brought all of her organizing experience to the Detroit civil rights movement, and she was an active member of several organizations which led to end inequality. And this was also kind of a bittersweet footnote. By 1980, she was at this point old and widowed, and she was really suffering from financial and health troubles and was almost evicted from her home. But this is where the beloved community came in, and I just love that tie-in. Several local community members and several churches came together to support her and allow her to stay in her home and made sure that she was comfortable. So she died in 2005 at the age of 92 from natural causes after a life incredibly well lived. So John Lewis, again, I'm going to be sharing his words and not so much of his bio. It's everywhere. You can look it up, but I thought these were some interesting observations. He led a life of service in pursuit of justice. He was a descendant of African slaves and was born into a sharecropper family in Alabama in 1940. He realized from a young age that violence and inequality permeated our society. And he wrote this shortly before his death. And man, this really struck me. He said, Emmett Till, remember the 14-year-old who was killed, Emmett Till was my George Floyd. He was my Rayshard Brooks, Sandra Bland, and Breonna Taylor. He was 14 when he was killed, and I was only 15 at the time. I will never ever forget the moment when it became so clear that he could easily have been me. Yeah, that was a whew. So not content to simply be aware of injustice, he searched for ways to make others aware of it and to work to overcome it. He was one of the original freedom riders who rode buses to highlight the segregated travel laws in the South. He helped to found and became a leader of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. He was one of the organizers of the March on Washington in 1963 and was, before his death, the last surviving speaker. So he organized and he marched and he spoke up against racial and economic injustice, and for his efforts he was beaten and bloodied regularly by both white mobs and police officers at the time. He will forever be etched in the civil rights movement for everything that he did, but especially what he's most famous for, and this is what you see all the pictures of on the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma, Alabama, and that march in March of 1965. It became known as Bloody Sunday, and a police officer beat him so badly that he cracked his skull. And it was after that President Lyndon Johnson introduced the Voting Rights Act a little more than a week later. And luckily, those events were now being publicized and shared over the news and over television and in movie reels. And so people were finally experiencing the full horror of what had been going on. They saw the beatings, they saw the fire hoses, they saw what was happening, and it had such a huge impact in our country that President Johnson became an advocate for the Civil Rights Acts. So he took office as a U.S. representative from Georgia in 1986. I will say when we lived in Georgia for several years, hugely popular. I would even say that he was revered in Georgia, and rightfully so. He served there until his death in 2020. He was a champion to many social initiatives, but his real passion was voting rights, making sure that everybody has the right to vote. And he loved to work with young people. He just thought that the young people were our future, and he wanted to inspire them to make a difference. And so his quote is from 2018. He said, "Do not get lost in a sea of despair. Be hopeful, be optimistic. Our struggle is not the struggle of a day, a week, a month, or a year. It is the struggle of a lifetime. And never, ever be afraid to make some noise and get in good trouble, in necessary trouble." So, what was their legacy? I think, and I'm trying to summarize, but add your own, I think that MLK was both visionary and inspiring. Of the three, interestingly, he was probably the most flawed of today's heroes. He was very human. He had his vices. And I think that's, in a way, what makes him so heroic. Because despite those aspects of his humanness that were less than, let's say, noble, he still changed the world. He still held that vision and had the gift to share that vision. So Rosa Parks, I think from her we learn purpose and persistence, right? I mean, I'm thinking she probably got dragged off that bus. I don't know if any of us have ever been dragged off a bus, right? And from John Lewis, I think it would be dedication and hope. To hold on to hope. So they all pursued their goal of freedom and equality courageously and non-violently. They all understood, and this was part of Martin's legacy, that violence only begets more violence. And they all also understood the incredible power of community. They didn't do any of this alone. So I think what we can learn from them at a time in our country when our civil rights, our human rights, are systematically being rolled back, I think they set a powerful example of what we can do. And the biggest thing we can do is simply show up as who we are, peacefully, courageously, persistently. Ken is always teasing me. Every birthday, he says, "Is this going to be the year you get a tattoo?" And every birthday I say, "No. I've had plenty of needles in my lifetime, thank you very much. I don't need to voluntarily get..." But I have told him that if I ever get one, I want it to be an homage to Elizabeth Warren, and I want it to say, "Nevertheless, she persisted." Right? What do you think? One of the ongoing jokes in our family is I love this is decades ago, we were listening to the songs, and the song "Bad to the Bone" came on. Y'all know the song, and I said, I love this song. This is me, I'm bad to the bone. The whole family just burst into laughter and said, "Really, Mom? You are so not bad to the bone, right? But I wanna be." So he's always saying that I should get this cute little butterfly tattoo that has "bad to the bone" down here. But now I'm talking, right? But I digress. I also think that we need to take a stand for our understanding of our oneness, of the beauty and the worth of each one of us. That we not only honor our diversity and our differences, but we celebrate our differences and our diversity. And we know that in our diversity is where our strength lies. So I think we can continue to demonstrate our values: accepting, compassionate, this is your monthly reminder, open-minded, positive, and transformative, inside and outside of these walls. And I think right now, folks, it's even more important to demonstrate them outside of our walls. So we can each, in our own way, as our heroes today so beautifully model, work to part that curtain that Eudora was talking about, that invisible shadow that falls between people, that veil of indifference to each other's presence, each other's wonder, and each other's plight. It was her passion, and wouldn't it be great if it was also ours? Let's take that into meditation.
We can change the world one heart at a time. We can change the world one heart at a time. I see you, I know you, you're a part of me. We can change the world one heart at a time. We can change the world one heart at a time. I see you, I know you, you're a part of me. My heart is open to love. My heart is ready to love you. You can change the world one heart at a time, and I can change the world one heart at a time. I see you, I know you, you're a part of me. My heart is open to love. My heart is ready to love you. We can change the world one heart at a time. We can change the world one heart at a time. We can change the world.
And so together we breathe into those beautiful words, that beautiful wisdom, and that beautiful truth that the only way we can change the world is to come from our heart, to approach that change not with fear, but with love. As we learn so powerfully and so eloquently from today's heroes, who set an amazing example of not returning violence for violence, but instead returning violence with resolve and courage and love. And so we breathe into their example. We learn from their example. And from every hero that we have experienced so far, that even our flaws can contribute to our heroism, that our mistakes can lead to our growth, that our inexperience and our stumbles can lead to wisdom and competence. For none of our heroes were perfect, but all of our heroes believed that the world could be a better place, a more loving place, a more just place, a more peaceful place. And so we learn from both their triumphs, their successes, and their failures, and their foibles. As we embrace our own heroic journey, knowing that the only way to change the world, to change our lives, is one heart at a time. And the first heart we change is our own.
We can change the world one heart at a time. We can change the world one heart at a time. We can change the world. Ooh.
Job with that song. Oh, that's just gorgeous. Thank you. And thank you for your heart. So this is the part of the service where we don't pass the basket, but we do express our incredible gratitude for your consistent and generous giving in support of the work of this community. If you do have anything paper that you want to put in the basket in the back, we will gratefully accept. And there's all sorts of wonderful electronic, energetic ways of sending your donation through the ethers. But whichever way you give of your time, your talent, and your treasure, we are incredibly grateful. Thank you.
So this is a song I did not know, and this is considered the Black National Anthem, and it's pretty powerful. And I'm just a little old white lady standing up here singing this song, but if you can imagine a gospel choir, if you can imagine a beautiful, big, black voice as I sing this song. I think you're going to get the power, because it's pretty powerful.
And today. There you go, 12 Powers
Come
plug.
with me and we'll see. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song filled with the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song high, full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun, let us march on till victory is won. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when hope unborn had died, yet with a steady beat have not our weary feet come to the place for which our fathers sighed. We have come over a way that with tears has been watered. We have come treading our path through the blood of the slaughtered. Out from the gloomy past till now we stand at last, where the white gleam of our bright star is cast. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, Thou who hast brought us thus far on the way, Thou who hast by Thy might lead us into the light, keep us forever in the path we pray. Lest our feet stray from the places, our God, where we met Thee, lest our hearts drunk with the wine of the world, we forget thee. True to our God, His hand may we forever stand. True to our God, true to our native land. True to our God, true to our native land.
You didn't need a big choir.
Thank you.
You didn't need a big choir because you have a big heart. Yeah. Let's stand and share in our unity blessing and make sure we turn and include all of our friends experiencing this through the internet together. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold the Christ in each and every one of you. Together, we extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
I stand for love, I stand for peace, I stand for joy and for release, for what is beautiful and true. I stand for hope, I stand for you. You know our world is in great pain. She needs our loving care again. But there are those who fail to see what we have done and what we need. There is a cost for every act, and now there is no turning back. We burn a bridge, we bang a drum. It's time to rise, the time has come. If you're thinking it's not urgent, that we've got more time to kill, if I'm not the one who changed things, then for heaven's sake, who will? So I will move and I will climb that mountain one step at a time. I won't be swayed, I will not stop until we've made it to the top, where we will stand for love and peace. We'll stand for joy and for release, for what is beautiful and true. We'll stand for hope, we'll stand for you, for what is beautiful and true. I stand for hope, I stand for you.
As the light of God we shine. As the love of God we embrace. As the power of God we stand in truth. As the presence of God we radiate love. Wherever we are the divine in expression, and all is well with our souls. So go forth this week and be the heroes that you are. Please, please join us downstairs for the hug meeting. This is an important one. And also come have a dip with us during fellowship. Bye-bye, our YouTube and Facebook friends. We love you so much. Have a wonderful week.